Hi, I'm Sam, and for my personal artifact speech, I chose my high school diploma. The reason I chose my high school diploma is because I'm originally a high school dropout, and I did not receive my high school diploma until I was 40 years old. Not having a high school diploma for all them years made life difficult for me, so I decided to go back to school and get a high school diploma and pursue an education. Today I will be speaking to you about the challenges I faced growing up that led me to drop out of school. I will also tell you about how dropping out of school affected my life, and finally, how I came to become a high school graduate and the doors that will be opening up for me moving forward. Growing up as a kid had its challenges. My mother and father did their best. They worked hard and gave me everything, despite not having a lot of money. They're first generation citizens here in the United States. They set a good example for me. I went to a public school in a really rough neighborhood, and by the time I was in high school, I was doing drugs and I was in a gang. Looking back on it today, I could see how growing up in that environment I grew up in played a big part in me dropping out of school. Dropping out of school affected my life for years to come. After dropping out of school, I led a life of crime. I was in and out of jail, and I struggled with drug addiction. You could say I was a menace to society. I always had a job, working in a warehouse or working in construction, but because I did not have a high school diploma, I was always working for minimum wage. The road to getting a high school diploma was not an easy one. I was 37 years old, and I found myself living on the street. I wanted to change my life, so I turned myself into a treatment center, and I began my journey in recovery. It was through this process where I decided that I wanted to go back to school and get an education and get a high school diploma. It took me a year and a half to complete all the necessary credits for me to get a high school diploma. On May 25th of 2018, I got to walk with my class. I'll never forget the look on my mother's face when I handed her my diploma. That was one of the greatest days of my life. Today, I believe everything happens for a reason. I have a lot of faith in God. Because I'm getting an education, I'm putting myself in a position where I can help others. My goal is to be a substance abuse counselor. I'm majoring in drug studies. Getting an education has opened doors to new opportunities. I have already been offered several jobs as a substance abuse counselor, but I have refused them because I want to continue in my education to put myself in a better situation. I'm grateful for the education that I'm getting. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful tool you can use to change the world. And I like that saying. I want to change lives. And if I can change the world by changing one life, that's all I want to do.